There we go. Flaps. Come on. It's making coffee. It's making coffee. I'm way too excited, but it's actually worked. And we bounced. So it's gonna grind twice. And that's all fine, because it's a proof of concept to show you guys that if you can imagine it or make a solution up, just think of the logic you want to achieve and you're able to do so. I mean, I send a signal to my coffee maker. I'm gonna check on it because it sounds like something is on repeat. Perhaps that didn't really work out the way I planned to, but today I wanted to focus on one question that get asked a lot. Does your library work with this component? Or does it work with this board? Does it work with that board? Well, basically to really stretch it for you guys, I wanted to see where the limit's at. So I'm gonna try to create my own flight crew by sending a signal the moment we land to make my own cup of coffee. Now, does it make any sense? No, it doesn't. Do you need to do it yourself? Perhaps you do. If you do, don't blame me if your coffee maker breaks or you do anything that's a risk to your appliance. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. But I don't know, it's just something that I always wanted to do. I'm going to be using the ESP32 to send data and receive data over Wi-Fi by just using the basic functionalities of the connector and nothing more. Now listen up to all of you that are aspiring to become YouTubers. If you make a video, make sure that your filming area is clean. So some behind the scene footage of the hard work that we sometimes have to do when we make a video like this. It's been shot in the kitchen, so of course we have to do the dishes. So for some reason it kept triggering the server. So I'm gonna find out what is happening by looking at the code. So I have a feeling it has something to do with the receiver and not the sender. Because what is it sending? Let's just first take a look at what it's sending. Sender. But what is it sending? Can we just need to serial to print line this. Right. Now while we're at it, let's have a quick look at this. This is the sender code. So it creates a Wi-Fi connection. It takes the MAC address of the receiver. So it has a specific address that I retrieved with a small little example sketch. Basically all it does is create an object of the bits and droids flight connector, checks if it's on ground. So if we are on the ground and we were previously in the air, very important, then it's coffee time. If we were on the ground, but we were previously also on the ground, it shouldn't be coffee time. I hope that makes a little bit sense. And that's to ensure that when we're parked, it doesn't keep triggering like we just saw. So, okay, now we see that it's not coffee time, but if we need to start it, now we bounce. If we now open the serial monitor, I hope that it displays. There we go, stop this. Yeah, now it's coffee time. So now it keeps sending it's coffee time until we take off again, and then it won't be coffee time. So this is going well. Let's have a check what happens when we receive it. Okay, so this is the receiver code, quite simple. We also have the Wi-Fi connection, but this one just listens. It also has some debugging purposes like the... Oh boy. Did I upload this one? Right, I believe this receiver. Servo A, so in this case I've got 2 pins on it for servo A and servo B. So basically what was happening is that it went to repeatedly try to enter the button because I uploaded the wrong sketch. Fingers crossed. Slow down a bit. Is Hazelwood gonna depart? I believe so. A little bit afraid that I heard the coffee maker, but all good. Golden, still good. All fine. Let's cut down on the throttle a little bit. Perhaps he's parking actually. I'm not quite sure. Once again, I apologize for my very inconsiderate behavior. I need my coffee. Okay, so he's still there. So flaps 1. Speed. Here we go. Gear up. Which is all fine. Here we go. Throttle down a bit. So we're just gonna make a left base and gonna be landing it where our friend Baton is at. Straight on his ass. There we go. Let's cut it down in speed a little bit. We don't have to be going 100 miles an hour. Knots. Feet. Oh dear. What? So we've got Hazelwood over here. At least he's not stationary. So we're going down. We have the flaps extended. No, we don't. So I'm already gonna extend flaps 1. Go down a little bit. Down the propeller just a tad. Just want you guys to know that even if we fail, I think we kind of succeeded because we, well, I don't know. Not quite sure if a flight instructor would approve of this landing, but it's for science. I swear to God, I'm gonna be so happy if it works. What? Oh, he's finally. Let me guess, I didn't start the... I'm gonna bounce and then we'll see if I'm just retarded. No, I'm gonna do one lap. Let's just abort the landing and see if that works. Cut down the throttle, full flaps. It's a little test. Failure test. Why doesn't it send that it's coffee time? So, if the code doesn't work, there most likely is a chance that there is something wrong with the hardware itself. So, it was kind of placed downwards because it kept pushing the button and it kept pushing itself back. So that is why I thought maybe perhaps the server wasn't mounted right. Perhaps the wiring was bad. The connector even had some finicky wires, so that was very much possible. But basically, a servo uses quite some power. Now, for some reason, if I use the same wall plug at my desk, the servo is powered sufficient and the board included. But if I do it in the kitchen, it just doesn't have enough juice to keep it turning. So that's why I've added an extra wall plug to power the board. and the servo separately over 2 lines. So here we are again. Basically it seemed like there was a little bit of a power issue where I don't know why, but for some reason it couldn't draw enough power or something and it wouldn't trigger. So we're going to see what happens when we go for round 2. Here the bounce, it's working. Listen up, we're gonna go for a double espresso. I'm not sure why. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's happening? Okay. Now. Damn it, 5 or something. I don't know. I'm not keeping track. It doesn't matter at this point. It's about winning or losing, and I have a feeling this is going to be it. There we go. I'm going to put flaps at 1. Just going to take off from the taxiway. Wait till we have the appropriate speed. 60. Pull up, pull up. There we go. Flaps. And we're going to remain at a low altitude. Here we go. Gear in. I think we are just going to come back right in. So I'm already going to cut down on the power. High hopes. I want to keep it. I wanted to say, yeah, I'm still below 1000, right? Make the turn. Already gonna drop the gear. Flaps 1. Side slip into this. Gonna be an emergency landing. I don't care at this point. It's good practice. Yes, we got coffee. It's running. I don't hear a servo going wild. And I hear it dripping out. This is it, guys. It was a power issue. It wasn't something with the code. It wasn't due to the connector. We just couldn't draw enough power with the servo. For some reason it works right here. Why? I don't know. And basically at this point I really couldn't give anything. I don't care. It works. Amazing. So I'm just gonna... Whoa. I don't want 3 cups of coffee. I'm gonna check the coffee out. So it's been an adventure and I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any crazy ideas how you can implement this yourself, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to see it. This just goes to show that as long as you have a little bit of creativity, you can do almost anything. You can create an automated coffee machine with a servo. Now, I didn't want to break up my coffee machine, and that's why I went with a servo instead of really hooking into the appliances. I don't want any lawsuits on my ass because you tried to modify your coffee maker and now it's broken. That's all up to you and how you're going to implement it. But yeah, it's just as long as it can receive a serial communication, so in this case the ESP32, it can send it over Wi-Fi to another board which receives it, and it will control anything on the other end. You can use this to create wireless modules, you can use this to, I don't know, anything basically. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to do a special thank you to all Patreon supporters that make this possible. Even if you're not a Patreon supporter, if you want to help the channel out, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon and the like button, and you would be the star of the week. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next one.